What the? Let me give you a little rundown on what happened to the differential. And it exploded. Literally did. I mean, you can see what he's there. I mean, it's just totally trash. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my first video. This is Street Slayers, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know that this is my 2014 Mustang GT. I call it Kitty Twister. It's my street car. I love it. It's my baby. What I'm doing right now is rebuilding the rear. I tore the rear up the end of October, and here it is the beginning of December. So finally getting the car back together. My new refrigerator, it's in my shop. It's great. It's been cold, rainy, crappy, nasty, rainy, crappy. I think I said that. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't want the delivery people dragging the crap in my house, so I just told them to put it out here until I can figure out what to do with it. Moving on. Taking this channel off the right way with a giveaway. These here are GT500 lower control arms. I got them off of a very, not even first oil change, low mileage GT500. And they're standard equipment. They'll fit on any, I think from an 05 up to a 14. They are stiffer unless you have a track pack car, or I think 13. I could be wrong. 13, 14s, maybe 11 to 14. That had a 6-speed MT82. Had them factory equipment. But I know GT500s, Boss 302s, track pack cars, and I think anything like an 11 to 14 MT82 car had them standard equipment. But for anybody that doesn't have that, I mean, I think that's. I mean, how can you go wrong with free lower control arms if you need an upgrade? So anyway, the only thing I'm trying to do is let's just shoot for 100 subscribers. As soon as I get 100 subscribers, I will ship them to your door. Promise. And I'll have a lot of more information on Instagram. Ship them. It will be out there. So let's get to the car. I have to put the diff cover on. I have to put the sway bar back up and put the JSS need help pan hard bar. Got to hook that back up, and we'll be good to go. This is a Yukon gear and axle. It's the Duragrip, which is basically the Positrack style rear differential. You can tell by, you know, the little springs that are in there. The some people market it as a limited slip, but limited slips are like the factory ones that come from Ford. They have the S spring in them. This is definitely what I would call a posi traction rear. These are Moser Engineering cap studs. I don't know how well they're gonna work, but we're gonna give them a try. Got a pretty decent deal off of them from Late Model Restoration. You see all 4 of them. Now, whenever you install these, I wish I would have made a video sooner, but when you install these, you just screw them in, just like you would like a head stud or a main stud, and you put them in hand tight. And they have this little slot for an Allen key, and it doesn't say you're supposed to, but I just give it a little teeny tiny nudge with the Allen key, and you put Loctite on them. You're supposed to torque these down. I've always torqued cap studs down to the factory spec, which, you know, an 8.8 is around 80 foot-pounds. So my trusty dusty torque wrench here, torque down the caps on the rear. Then we'll start putting the brakes back on, and then maybe, just maybe, it'll stop raining for a couple minutes and I can take this thing for a drive. But still rock and drag radial, so yeah. Hey, welcome to underneath my car. It's kind of creepy under here with me in it. When using a torque wrench, you always apply pressure to the grip, never anywhere else. That's 80. Give it a little tug. All right, good to go. Let's button this thing back up so we can get going. When you guys are redoing these, there's a little hint. You know, you can buy that paint or anything like that, but seriously, use Vaseline. That way you can see the footprint. And I mean, it's petroleum jelly. It's a lube, so I mean, it's definitely, it's just a tip of mine. If you choose not to do it, so be it. I'm just, what do I know? Anyway, I mean, check it out. I mean, this is a 6-speed car, so check out that backlash. Oh man, that's the sweet spot. Now, generally, if you have an automatic car, you want it a little bit tighter. I mean, when I say a little bit, I mean, you know, thousandths of an inch. But, you know, with a 6-speed car, you kind of want a little, I mean, that's what you want to hear. I don't know if you can hear that. But that's what you want. Beautiful. Yeah, so much for that engineering degree or clean this up with some good old brake cleaner from AutoZone. It's like, hey, AutoZone, do you guys have any brake cleaner? Your make and model, sir. I just need some brake cleaner. Your make and model, sir. Your make and model for brake cleaner. Yep, much better. Now, a lot of people just use silicone, and a lot of people just use a gasket. I use both. That is going to be the main objective of this channel. I want to test things out and let you know what works for me, and then you can make your own decision. I have some preferences, of course, who doesn't? But I'm willing to try anything that works. You know, I've been, you know, building Mustangs since I was old enough to drive. And I am telling you that I've wasted a lot of money, and I've also made a lot of good investments when it came to building a car. I'm here to try to show you what works. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is, if you are planning on doing any of these mods that I'm doing, live vicariously through me. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you let me work 100 hours plus and spend my money on these parts, so you can make your educated decision whenever you go to whatever website you prefer to order from, and you base your purchase off of what I've already. All right, YouTube, I've made an error on my first video. So embarrassing. Anyway, not a big deal. The GT500 diff cover is not going to work with the Mosier stud cap studs. They're just a little bit too long, and I could probably do some mods to make it work, but let's come down, just take a look. All right, first off, I'm going to say I'm not a fan of grinding away cast aluminum in a large quantities. It's okay if you are porting something to match a gasket, but when you're taking large chunks out of stuff, I'm really lucky I didn't crack it. You know, luckily I got this off of a crashed car, so it was a totaled out GT500, so I didn't spend a lot of money on it. It was just a guy that just was parted out, got a good deal on it. I said, why not? I really don't care. Besides the fins, for the cooling aspect of the fluid. I just thought it looked cool. I didn't really, if I was going to buy one, I would have bought the one that is designed to work with the cap studs, which has the girdle in it. Ford Racing Performance Parts 8/8 cover with the girdle. Now, with that being said, whenever I bought these cap studs, it said that it would work with a stock differential cover. That's a stock differential cover. It's just stock for a GT500, not stock for a GT. So anyway, I'm just gonna put the stock one back on, and I got to get this car back together. I'm so tired of it sitting in pieces. I'm calling it quits for tonight. All right, so we learned some valuable lessons. For one, I've had to do a lot of running around. I had to go and get these. These are 1.25 inch long, and they are 7/8. I don't know. Anyway, I had to get these longer bolts for the diff cover. The diff cover that we ended up not using anyway. I had to go to 2 different Home Depots, and one was definitely on the wrong side of town. Anyway, if you do use a GT500 diff cover, don't use cap stud. Yeah, don't use cap studs. My plan is right now, I just want to get this car out of the garage. I have 2 other projects I'd like to get started. You know, after all, this is a street car. It's not my race car, and race season will be here before we know it. So we want to get some stuff together for the track, and something that's going to carry us to the track. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'll come out here tomorrow. I'll get the brakes back on it, put some diff fluid in it, and I think that's going to be a wrap. I think we're good to go. I don't think the weather's going to be good tomorrow, and like I said, I'm still rocking the drag radials, so I don't think we're going to be able to take it for a ride. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, see you next video. Peace.